What if I told you there is a desert in Colombia that isn't really a desert? A place that doesn't feel like Earth anymore. A road carved into the mountains, considered one of the most dangerous in the world. But what makes it so dangerous? Let's find out, because we got nowhere to be and everywhere to go.
Have you ever asked yourself, when is the right moment to start your own adventure? We choose ours and decided now is the moment. We are Andreea, Christian and Nacho. Together we are driving the longest road in the world, over 40,000 kilometers, from the Arctic Ocean to the southern tip of South America. This is the Pan-American Highway. We're not rushing, we are here to catch every moment, every place and every story we find along the way. This isn't a break from life, this is life. Raw, real and better than we ever imagined.
After 10 weeks in Colombia, we've already seen more than we expected to. But two places were still waiting for us before we left.
Good morning from hot weather. We arrived yesterday in the Tatacoa desert and it's very hot. And we met our friends Jen and Steve again. And while there are a lot of wild camping possibilities here, we decided to go on a campground just to shower. So today we are driving the loop around the desert. And hoping to get some cool shots and then probably head into the mountains again, because it's lovely, but it's not our temperature, so I'm sorry.
The Tatacoa Desert doesn't look like a place that holds much life. At first glance, it's dust, heat, and silence. Something stripped down to its bare essentials. But the longer you stay, the more it reveals. There are over 30 different cactus species here, scattered across the landscape. Some rise into the view immediately, tall and unmistakably. Others stay low, almost hidden, blending into rock and soil. The most striking are the columnar cacti. They stand up to 10 meters high, spaced out like quiet sentinels, their ribbed bodies holding years and sometimes decades of stored water. Nothing about them is rushed. They grow slowly, deliberately, expanding and contracting with a rare rhythm of rain. Everything they do is built around endurance, reach higher, hold more, and last longer. And then, closer to the ground, there is something entirely different. Melocactus curvispinus doesn't try to compete. It stays small, round, almost easy to miss among the stones. But at a certain point in its life, it makes a decisive shift. A red crown forms at the top, almost out of place in the muted landscape. From that moment on, it stops growing. All its energy turns towards reproduction. The red structure, its cephalium, protects what matters most, quietly producing small flowers and bright fruit over time. Tatacoa isn't actually a desert. It's a tropical dry forest, just one that forgot how to be green. It's hard to imagine now, but millions of years ago, this was a dense jungle. Everything about it held water and life. There were monkeys, reptiles, entire ecosystems moving through what is now dry, cracked earth. The only proof left is buried beneath our feet, Fossils, fragments, quiet reminders that this place used to be something else entirely. Driving through it, we kept trying to picture the jungle that once existed here, and couldn't quite make it fit. We kept crossing dry riverbeds etched into the earth, twisting through the landscape. At first, it made the place feel even more empty, but those channels tell a different story. When it rains here, it pours, fast and heavy. The land cannot hold it, so the water cuts through, reshaping everything before it disappears again. What looks still is constantly being rewritten. Today, it feels closer to another planet. In one direction, everything fades into gray. These are Los Hoyos. The ground is pale, almost gray-white, soft in a way that doesn't quite match the heat. The edges blur into each other, the light flattening everything. It's quiet, so quiet it almost feels suspended. For a moment, it doesn't feel like Earth at all. More like standing somewhere lunar, where everything has been worn down to its simplest form. And then the landscape begins to shift. Not all at once, but enough that you start to notice the color creeping in. The gray slowly gives away, until the earth burns red. In the span of a few kilometers, we've gone from something that felt like the moon to something unmistakably Martian. We just stopped to get some refreshments because it's very hot outside. I got a cacti maracuja juice, and hubby has a cacti pineapple juice. They are very delicious. Sorry you can't taste them. Remember what I said about the rain?
So we are leaving the place today towards the south, and since it was raining yesterday, there is a really fat really a lot of mud here. A lot of mud. So
since our 3-month visa in Colombia was about to expire, we had to keep going.
Indiana Jones trying to get some water. To wash his side of the car. Look at that! Look at that!
So the only reason I'm doing this is because it's dangerous if it's so slippery, and if you go on the brake or on the clutch and you slip off, it's too dangerous. So this is why I clean the whole muddy mess.
Before we reached our next destination, our final adventure in Colombia, we paused for a few days in this place. From where we stood, the landscape stretched endlessly below us. Green hills rolled into the distance, soft and layered, while a river cut through like a silver ribbon, catching the light as it rushed along.
Strong faith, close family, choosing love in the midst of tragedy. When I met you, something changed in me. Better with you than I'll ever be. 'Cause when you walk into a room, life gets a little sweeter. When I look at you, I see a little clearer. Through the years and every change, we'll put up a fight. 'Cause you're my love, my everything. You are my life. We moved west towards the city.
So we just started Trampolín de la Muerte, which is one famous road in Colombia. It starts about 900 meters above sea level, and let's see how high we go. And you already had a couple of switches between paved road and gravel road. And what we want to do is we want to find out what the real danger is here. But we already got the feeling of the trucks that they are driving down really fast sometimes. So this is maybe the real danger.
They call it one of the most dangerous roads in the world, a reputation built over years of accident and landslides. The road is narrow in a way that's hard to ignore, often no more than 3 meters wide, carved directly into the side of steep, green mountains. I have to admit that the combination of no barriers and the dramatic drops, well, it was scary, the kind that makes you pay attention a bit more than usual. The road has been here since the 1930s, first built during the Colombia-Peru War, when soldiers had to cross this terrain on foot. What exists now wasn't constructed all at once, but gradually, shaped into the mountain over time, and it still feels that way, like something added piece by piece rather than fully engineered. As we drove, what stood out just as much as the road was everything around it. The landscape is intensely green. Thick hills, deep valleys, vegetation covering almost every surface. It feels alive in a way that contrasts sharply with how exposed the road itself is. Traffic included both passenger vehicles and heavy trucks, all navigating the same narrow mountain road. And at times, we couldn't shake the feeling that everyone just wanted to get it over with as quickly as possible. The higher we got, the more the weather started to shift. At first, it was just light fog moving across the hills, but it didn't stay that way for long. It thickened quickly until the distance disappeared, then the edges of the road, and eventually anything beyond a few meters in front of us. The road connects Mocoa in the Amazon basin to Pasto in the Andes, climbing from around 600 meters to nearly 3,000 over the course of 80 kilometers. It's often called Trampolín de la Muerte, but that is not the only name the people use. Along the way, we heard others: Trampolín del Diablo, the Devil's Trampoline, and even Adiós mi vida, goodbye my life. This road exists because it has to. It's a lifeline for remote communities, not just an adventure route. And that puts everything in perspective. People don't cross it for fun. They cross it because they need to. We drove it to experience it, but it's hard to imagine doing it every single day. There were moments where we had to reverse along the road to let a truck pass while another one sat right behind us. Everyone just trying to find enough space to get through.
There is a lot of I mean, I imagine there could be more traffic, but something is going on here.
With the daylight slipping fast, we knew it was time to find somewhere to stay for the night.
So tonight we are making rösti. It's called in Switzerland, and it's technically hash browns in the States or in English. The problem is the potatoes here are super moisture. Huh? Moist. Yeah, there is a lot of water inside. More water than potatoes. And we got this grinder from Andreea and Rob as a gift, because we didn't have one. Also, ich probiere das mal. Das gibt aber viel Rösti. Ist aber gut, du schon?
Natürlich trinkt ja da rein.
Ja, logisch.
Und ich auch.
Very nice, very nice. Looking good. Me gusta mucho este rösti. Es muy delicioso. Nacho.
After a long, exhausting day, the sky opened up with a beautiful sunset, and the night that followed was refreshingly cool.
So we could stay tonight at the radio station. It's a TV station which is watched by Gilberto and Carlos, and they rotate every 8 days. So Carlos came this morning and he stays here now for 8 days, and then they are turning around. So then Gilberto stays, and they are watching that they don't have outages, and if they have some, like let's say they have energy loss, they can start the generator and they support the station, so everybody in the country has a TV signal. And they are super nice and very friendly, and they let you stay here and have a nice chat. So thank you very much, guys. It was really nice with you. And today we are driving to Pasto, and we try to cross to Ecuador soon.
The next step is to start with Nacho's paperwork in Pasto. But
Good morning. We are still near Pasto because we couldn't finish the paperwork for Nacho yesterday, so we have to go back tomorrow. Tomorrow is Monday, and we are staying at the campground just outside Pasto with Diana and her husband Jose, and they just brought us breakfast. These are Colombian tamales. They are a bit different than the Mexican tamales. And the dough usually is corn, but I guess we will have to open this up and see what's inside. It looks like vegetables. It smells good.
Oh. Sweet. Not what I was expecting.
Really?
Yeah.
Like really sweet? Like cake sweet or just a bit sweet?
Almost just a bit.
And with vegetables?
Good. How about this? Not wife conform. Muy bueno. So Diana just came to us and brought us some more food, and we have to try them. One of them is with cheese, of course, for me, and the other one is without cheese. It's like a 5-star wellness hotel here. You get food delivered like every now and then. So nice.
What a nice way to say goodbye to Colombia.
Yeah.
Again,
Amazing.
by showing how amazing people are here.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah.
Which one is for me?
This one on the
This
on
one?
my side. Yeah. Yeah.
Monday morning, 6 a.m. We are planning to cross the border into Ecuador today. But first, there was one more step, the vet. I think it's fair to say that Nacho doesn't exactly enjoy vet visits. The moment we walked in, you could tell. Why me? We honestly cannot recommend Mauricio enough. He guided us through the entire process to leave Colombia with him. First, he made sure Nacho had everything in order, a health certificate proving he was healthy, up to date on his rabies and yearly shots, and dewormed. Then he handled the ICA paperwork, the export documents needed to cross the border legally. Having someone so patient and knowledgeable made the whole process smooth and surprisingly easy. And it gave us one less thing to worry about before starting our next leg of the journey.
So we just cancelled our import papers for the car, we cancelled our visa, and we did Nacho's export papers,
Yes.
and everything was done in 30 minutes.
Yes, very efficient.
Very efficient. So, and now we have to drive over the bridge, and then we are in Ecuador, and we leave Colombia.
And we are very sad about it.
We're very
to be
sad
honest.
about it. We had absolute amazing time.
Yes.
Yes.
We met so many lovely, amazing, wonderful people.
Yeah.
And yeah, if you would have asked me before, what do I think about Colombia, I would have said, not sure. But now I think it has been one of our favorite countries.
Yeah, 100%.
Yes. So.
And yeah, we want to say thank you to all the Colombians we met and all the Colombians who made a comment on our videos or who helped us having a nice time in Colombia. So yes, and now we're leaving the country. Maybe we come back
One day.
one day. So bye.